Heyo! Just taking a cue from Howard Stern there. He is the voice in the intro. A couple of years ago, I waited 2 hours, maybe even more, to get on the Howard Stern show. And then I forgot to mention hot flashing. I talked about menopause, but I forgot to mention hot flashing. It was an epic fail. But I did get his voice for the intro, so that is pretty cool. I am here today to announce the first Hot Flash Inc. Summit. This is happening on September 29th to October 4th. And I have gathered 36 speakers. I've interviewed them all. I'm giving a keynote address to sort of talk about the top lines. And we dive into so many things. I'm going to break this all down for you. But first of all, I have spent the last 3 months doing nothing but this summit and a few other things around the summit. And in my time, and when I doubted myself, which is what happens a lot when you do big things, I thought this is stupid. I mean, I have a podcast. Why am I interviewing all these people? It's just like taking my podcast into a summit. And then now that I've finished all the interviews and edited them all, I see that it's like a body of work. It's like what Hot Flash Inc. stands for. It is a complete antidote to the fear, uncertainty, and doubt that has permeated this conversation. And as comes up a couple of times in the interviews, we're so proud that menopause has become this thing that isn't as shameful and isn't as steeped in stigma as it was 5 years ago and change when I started out. It has become a scary and exploitative space, mostly because our future has been sort of captured by some people who are very savvy on social media and have risen to big heights. And the messages of fear were, our bones are crumbling, our brains are withering, our hearts are just a matter of time, and then everything else. And I know that seems extreme, but not really. And not from what I'm hearing from women who experience it. Like the number one question I get is like, oh God, everyone is so worried. Like, what do you do? What do you do? So this is not about choosing teams or anything like that, but I just definitely didn't want anyone on the panel that trades in any kind of fear. Also, someone who isn't like overtly profiting from a message of fear, right? Or, overtly profiting. That was a bit of a goal. So we have 36 speakers, and I'm going to do a few highlights and introduce you to a few of them today. Some of them are on my expert panel. Some of them are not on social media at all. They're like actual experts, or they're on social media, but they're not like influencer. So that's important to me as well, just to find people. Some of them are people that have helped me personally with their messages, and they're all just reasonable, smart people who are giving us context to this. Now, there's 3 days of speakers, day one, day two, day three. That's what 3 days are. So they start on Monday, September 29th. When you sign up, the summit is free. And when you sign up, you will have access to all of these speakers. You will have the speaker sessions delivered to you in your inbox on Monday, September 29th, Wednesday, October 1st, and Friday, October 3rd. And then along with that comes a bunch of extras. Like the speakers have kicked in extra things, and I have gone and got friends of Hot Flash Inc. to do a stretching session. Jackie Burge from XO Jackie is doing like a beautiful chair stretching session. Uh, Neve Daly from Ireland is doing fascia floss. She is a yoga teacher and has written a book for yoga instructors. Libby Stevenson, who is an American yoga teacher, lives in England, has done a 20-minute guided yoga nidra for us. And Skylar Liberty Ross out of New York City, who does these beautiful personalized elevations meditations. She did a personalized one for me. I purchased it from her, and it's absolutely lovely. She has done a bespoke meditation for us at the Hot Flash Inc. Summit. So that's what you get when you sign up for free. Now, the summit cost a lot of money to put on. And so, first of all, I want to thank the sponsors that came forward and supported the summit. It's absolutely amazing to me that this has happened. You know, I'm not comfortable with asking for money, but I do have a partner who does those things, and these companies that we'd already had relationships with just stepped up. So I want to thank all of them. First of all, I want to thank Kion, which is a gold sponsor. They make essential amino acids, they make protein powder, they make creatine. It's all clean. I've been taking their essential amino acids and I'm sleeping like so much better. And we have former Women's Health editor Liz Baker Plosser on running down why essential amino acids are something that you might want to consider. We have gold sponsor Bonafide. Bonafide makes a range of non-hormonal solutions for people in perimenopause and menopause, including supplements, including non-hormonal treatment for hot flashes. And all of their products have been through clinical trials. It's evidence-backed. And we have from Bonafide, Dr. Alyssa Dwack, who's a real get. She's a board certified gynecologist and a menopause certified provider. She has a long career and she's just a great, really reasonable voice about your options. We have Mental Labs, which already was a supporter of the podcast and came on board for the summit as a gold sponsor. Thank you, Mental Labs. They have a range of science-backed supplements. They have probiotics and gut health, there's beauty, there's sleep, and then there's some hormonal health. And representing Mental Labs, we have Dr. Maggie Nay, who is a naturopathic doctor and a menopause certified provider. And I found her interview so illuminating. She had so many things to say. We talked about things you don't talk about very much, like light and relationships and how those things impact our menopause experience. We have Phosis as a gold sponsor. Phosis is founded by my friend Susan Campbell, and it's a luxury skincare brand. It's been recognized by Oprah Daily. Susan sent me her two products in the summer. Calm, deep hydration, restorative face cream. And Luminous Ultrafine Revitalizing Face Oil Skincare. I mean, these are two beautiful products. I've been using them all summer and they really calm down. I have weird redness on my forehead all the time and it calmed it down. Um, But mostly we talk about what it is that brought Susan to this space, what you need to look out for in skincare, some of the things that we have been brought up to believe that aren't really true anymore, and more. And a silver sponsor is Women's Lib, which is a science-backed supplement for libido. And that comes to us from Eva Angeloff. And I'm excited about that supplement. She actually sent me some. I'm a little nervous to try it, to be honest, because I'm single. So I don't need anything, taking away from focusing on my goals, which don't include meeting a man right now, but we'll see. I'm definitely going to try it out. I'm very curious. So that's you sign up, you can watch the videos for free. It's going to be difficult to get through them all. I went crazy. I was only going to have 24, now I have 36. But I'm really proud of this body of work, and I'm really proud of everything that's in there, and I think if you watch even some of it, you'll get a real takeaway. And it's not the thing that I like the most is it's not focusing just on the physical symptoms. Yes, we have lots in there about the physical symptoms, but this is really respecting the entirety of this transition, the mind, body, soul part of it. Now, if you want to dive deeper and get some extras, there is an all access pass level. And this is really exciting because it's only $47 and you get so much. Here's what you get. You get all the videos. You can watch them at your leisure. You can do whatever you want with them. You get an ebook, the interviews. I've basically written a book. And that'll have the top quotes and the top tips, and it's going to look really pretty, and you can have that and you can refer to it whenever you want. You're going to get the beta of my new Hotflash Inc. Hormone Therapy Navigator. Now, it's not a guide to hormone therapy. It's a guide to all the different kinds of hormone therapy and why people say you should take them. When I sat down and figured this out, I couldn't believe it. No wonder everyone is so freaking confused. I mean, this is a topic for a whole other day, but this is something, my first digital product that I'm going to be selling. And if you get this all access pass, you will get the beta version of it. And I hope that you'll give me some feedback so that I can make sure it's better. That's what feedback does, helps you make it better. I'm going to be selling that for $47. So right there with the All Access Pass, you're getting the videos. You get access to audio, so you can listen to them at your leisure like a podcast. You'll get the ebook. You'll get my hormone therapy navigator, and you get a few other things that we're going to be announcing. It's a really good deal, and I know it's $47, but that if you can afford it and it's right for you, I would encourage you to do that. And you will, with the All Access Pass, get access to the live day. And the live day is Saturday, October 4th. And I'm going to be having a Q&A session with one of the doctors from the summit and probably a couple of other people for people to ask questions, professionals that you can ask your questions. Whether you're a practitioner and you want to know, or you're a person going through perimenopause or menopause, that will be like, 90 minutes of free for all. They can't give you medical advice, obviously. And then we're going to do, I believe, I'm still putting the live day together, but I believe we're going to be doing some kind of breath work session that I'm going to introduce you to breath work because to me, it's the most powerful thing that I've done to help move trauma through my body. So that live day, it's going to be really cool. It's going to be a really cool like sense of community, and that comes with the all access pass too. So all the information to sign up is going to be below in the show notes. You can find out more at my Substack. You can find out more on all my social media. You can find out more by emailing me at amcqueen@hotflashinc.com or DMing me, or, just, and I love when you send text messages for the podcast because I love that feedback and I love to share it, but I can't reply to you. That's the only thing. So I'm just going to give you a few little tasters of what, just some of the things that I struck me while I was doing the interviews. I talked to the family doctor, Dr. Sheila Wijaya Singha, who's becoming quite a recognizable face in Canada for her work educating women about menopause. Dr. Wijaya Singha is a menopause certified family physician at St. Michael's Hospital and medical director of primary care outreach at Women's College Hospital. She came of age, like she was in medical school during the Women's Health Initiative. So she was absolutely terrified about prescribing hormone therapy, and we talk about all how she got over that fear in the interview, and it's really neat to hear her talk about that. I haven't spoken to a doctor who came up during that time before, but here she's talking about how as a family doctor she encounters women who are dealing with so much more than perimenopause or menopause, as we all are, but this is an extreme situation. She's dealing with people who have severe life challenges.
folks who are underhoused, and we don't address that. There's equity is a big
Mm.
part of the work that I like to talk about, and we don't talk about the population who may not have housing or may not be able to work for different reasons, and they're suffering through their symptoms as well. So these hard to reach populations that are equity deserving populations that really need to be brought into the conversation as well, because we all are human and we need to support each other in these ways. But maybe those things aren't being thought about because you're in survival mode, and to think about your housing or food insecurity first before, do I need my hot flashes treated, or do I need my genital urinary syndrome menopause treated?
One of the people I was really happy to get was Dr. J. Roxanne Pritchard. She is a professor of psychology and a neuroscientist, and she's not on social media. She's a mom. She's a professor. She does research. And the reason I found her was that she wrote an essay in Ms. Magazine called Sleep is a Feminist Issue, Why Women's Rest is Political. And that's why I wanted to talk to her because that essay made so much sense. And so I'm bringing her to the people who sign up for the summit, and I asked her to explain what is going on beyond perimenopause. We talk about perimenopause. She's in perimenopause, but I asked her to go to delve into this thesis that she has that there's something much deeper at play when it comes to our sleep.
I think if you're continuously, when you become aware, if you're continuously, quote, doing the work, right, to help yourself move through this adverse childhood or trauma whenever it happens, menopause doesn't have to be as overwhelming. I think what you were speaking to earlier is that let's just go out on a limb and say women do a lot. And we override, not all of us, but we'll just generalize that we tend to oversee our own needs, right? We want to put everybody else first. We want to take care of the kids, the spouse, the partner, the job, all of it. We forget how to tend to ourselves. And then, because of that, not only are we losing sensation and connection to what it feels like to be in our body, but at some point in our lives, our
So we need sleep to live, right? It is a requirement for life, like food and water and air. And how we function in our days is directly and kind of driven by how well we're sleeping. So throughout history, and especially today, women have sacrificed their sleep more so than men. So women have been the ones to stay up with the children. Women have been the ones to stay up to get all the things done, all the like shopping and the birthday planning and the kin keeping and the elder care and all the stuff that we often have to do as kind of the second shift work. And that comes at the expense of sleep. And also, our sleep can be more permeated by worrying about things. So if we're the ones tasked with worrying about things and making sure everything's running smoothly in a society that's as highly fractured and unpredictable and stressful as it is, we're more likely to have those kind of ruminating and anxious thoughts interfering with our sleep. So that's one layer.
Oh, real get for me. Like I almost fell off my chair when she wrote back to my email. I was like, ah, one of my favorite people to follow on social media. She doesn't post reels. She just quietly posts amazing carousels that are so, they stop you in your tracks because they're just so right and common sense. Dr. Stacy Barksack Baker, a traditional naturopath, she does not prescribe hormone therapy. So she is a foundations first perimenopause practitioner. And we this is just a short clip of her talking about part of her approach to getting women organized during perimenopause. So she doesn't prescribe hormone therapy. She works with people on hormone therapy, but she said a lot of women come to her wanting to get off hormone therapy. And so that's what this clip is, just her talking about a few things. Our whole interview really dives into, the other things that are driving the way that we feel. But this is just a short clip of her talking about the things she works on that don't have to do with anything. The things she works on This is just a short clip of her talking about the things that she works on with women that don't have to do with really taking anything.
Now, there's a time and a place for some strategic intervention, but for me, I work up absorption, I work up energy, I get them connected to their body's natural rhythms, right? And things like that. And then we see what's left. Because if you can fix the metabolism, you can fix the sleep, you can fix all those things, there's not much left over. And it's really beautiful that that is actually a possibility. And that really is usually what's missing. It's not the supplements that are missing.
I always love talking to Maria Luke, who is a member of the Hotflash Inc. expert panel and has been for a long time. I like to say I can discover talent because now she is a coach for Respin, Halle Berry's platform. Maria actually has her PhD in menopause, if you can believe it. It's true. She does. She's a trainer, she's a coach, she's a veteran. She is so grounded and smart and wise, but I had really not talked to her about her experience with hormone therapy. So I asked her why she went on hormone therapy.
So yes, I am on hormones. So I take the estrogen patch, and I have an IUD because I had incredible periods, just like blowout, going anemic kind of periods. So that was my first entrance into perimenopause, like having this kind of bleed out situation. So that IUD fixed it. But I'm I'm on the estrogen patch, and I took it first because of the musculoskeletal stuff. And I know that there isn't enough science to indicate that hormones are helpful, but we also, science only goes so far. We don't have enough studies to begin with for women's health. So for me, I wanted to try because my muscles started really tightening up a lot and my joints started hurting more. But in essence, I described it as I feel like someone was cranking my body tight. So I was constantly just in pain, like just a muscular pain. And that came on like plantar fasciitis, like those kinds of things. And so I thought, I know this is a menopause symptom. There's no way it coincides with where I'm at. I'm going to give hormones a try. And now we know that there's a musculoskeletal syndrome of menopause. So these things are real, that women have more joint pain, have more muscle pain, but we don't have the data to suggest that someone should prescribe MHT because of it. But knowing all the things I know, I'm like, I'm going to try it because I think hormones are fairly safe to try and fairly safe to go off.
Okay, that's just a little taster. I hope to see you at the summit. I absolutely want to hear what you think of it. I feel like a mad, crazy person, but I'm also so proud to bring these people together to address everything that's going on. I think my mission is to show that there's just so much more going on here than our hormones. And that is one of the themes that we hear over and over and over. And one of the themes I heard over and over and over is there's just no one size fits all solution in this situation because we're all different and we're all facing different things and we all have different histories. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoy this little taster session. I might do another one next week. Thanks for joining me on the Hot Flashing podcast. I love your feedback. So let me know what you think. And all the information is in the show notes. Please like and share this so we can spread the word about the summit and about Hot Flash Inc. And I want you guys all to remember that if whether you're in the thick of perimenopause or you're struggling just in the last stages or you're preparing for it, which would be great. I want you to know this is going somewhere good. I'm on the other side of menopause and I'm sending you a message of hope. It's amazing. It really is. I don't know if it's worth it, but it's much more steady. And I'm going to talk a lot more about that in the future. I was just realizing yesterday that I have a much less difficulty choosing what to wear after I've gone through menopause. That's just one little nugget for you. Have a great day.